did you feel like, looking back, egotistical in the sense, like, you how did you feel pretending? I guess that's what the question is. Like, how did you feel pretending?
Like putting on the front of who was.
Yeah, and then when did you finally say, like, you know what, fuck this? Unless you probably didn't say it like that, like you said, it got exposed.
Yeah. I think I did it for so long to the point where I almost forgot that I was putting on the front, and I thought that was me. But I wasn't happy with my life. I wasn't happy with myself. Like, I hated myself for a long time. I was just so angry. I hated everything. I'm like, I don't understand why I had to be born. So I feel like trying to do MMA, right? I got into MMA, and I thought this will help. It helps me feel good, but no one supported me. Like, my family didn't support me. They didn't really come out. I couldn't afford to stay in the gym too long. It was super expensive. We grew up kind of poor, so it was just, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if I wasn't egotistical. I think I didn't have an ego, but
you were just protecting yourself.
I didn't know. I didn't realize that I was putting on a front for, like, I got so used to it to the point where I didn't know who I really was. I knew I wasn't myself, but then I was like, man, I got a lot of issues I got to deal with, but I got to be myself. But how do I figure out who myself is? I've been put on a front for so long to the point where it almost became natural.
Yeah.
So
that's very interesting, man. Because I feel like that's in psychology, man. There's a lot of cases like that.
Yeah.
And there's a case like that where they did a case on prisoners. They set up a fake setting, and they put fake guards and fake prisoners, and it just showed how humans, bro, could adapt to those titles, right? Eventually became that the guards became really, really rude, and prisoners felt like they were actually prisoners. Mm-hmm. And it was just a fake setting, bro. It was a study in Stanford. So it kind of goes back to that, how you kind of were faking it to the point where it's like it almost became who you were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like your mind, like whatever you think, right? Your body will do. Like, so if you think something for long enough, your body's gonna start to do it, and everything else is gonna be like, oh, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Like, so you have to retrain and rewire your brain, and so that's what I teach some of the kids now.
Cool, man. I want to go back a little bit. I want to talk about how the day you said everything kind of got exposed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For
kind of talk about your military background and kind of.
So yeah, I ended up doing MMA. It didn't work out. So then at 25, I was like, I'm gonna be 26. I need benefits. Like, I'm not gonna be on my mom's insurance anymore. I'm not really making it to the UFC. I was gonna try for the Ultimate Fighter. Didn't work out. I just wasn't into it. Like, I didn't want to do it to be famous, make money. I just wanted to do it to, like, all right, man, I'm not gonna be in my situation anymore. I want to at least make a living. Then I joined the military, which I don't know if it was the best decision. It wasn't my first choice, but I figured I need something to fall back on. But it was a blessing in disguise. I learned a lot in the military. I love the military. I didn't like my job. And then during a training exercise, because that's what we were trying to get at, right? The training exercise? Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of weird because you tell people, like, oh, you got PTSD, anxiety. Oh, it's from everything you've seen in the military, everything you've done. But mine was exposed specifically during a training exercise. So we were doing a training exercise. My partner, we had these little masks on, they're kind of like ninja masks. You put them on, you do some training. It's called move, shoot, and communicate. So you're working with like live sim rounds, kind of like paintballs, but hurt a little bit more. So they're actually shooting at you, and it hurts, dude. So we had the little mask on, and it was kind of super tight, and I'm already claustrophobic as it is. Had all my gear. Well, I tripped, and my training partner, was trying to turn my, had a little strap for my M4, my rifle, and his arm went in, it got stuck. He pulled me aside. He fell on top of me, and I was choking from my gear and the mask. And I was trying to get him off of me, and we were kind of panicking, but he was stuck. And so I think that's where originally it started, because then when I took off all the gear, I felt fine. I ended up going to the emergency room. And it wasn't until a month later, as I was coming back, I took a month off here in Hollister. I was trying to go to the gym, trying to go talk to people. I started gagging while I was talking to people at the gym. Like, what the hell's wrong with me? Started wearing sweaters to jog, and I'm like, I can't even wear a sweater. What the heck's wrong with me? So I take off my shirt. I'm like, I'm fine. And then when I went back to the base to go back to duty, I put on my gear again. The next morning, I was putting on my shirt, and as soon as I put on my uniform, my full uniform, I started choking. What the hell's going on with me? So I took off my top, threw it. I'm like, all right, I'm fine. All right, let me just do it again. And something's wrong with me. So I put it back on. I started gagging and choking again. I thought I was going to throw up. So I took it off. And then I thought, all right, I'm fine. Tried to do it again, and it happened again. So I had to call my supervisor and tell her, like, hey, something's wrong with me, and I'm not sure what's going on. And they're like, okay, just try to come. Don't wear your top, just wear your shirt. In the military, it's kind of like super strict, right? You can't go without your full uniform on, or else you get like reprimanded. So I was kind of walking to the back, went to the supervisor unit, and then I thought, all right, cool, I'm fine, I feel better. I tried to put my gear on again and started choking again in front of everybody. Man, it was super embarrassing. So I ran out and I told my supervisor, I can't do it. I don't know what's wrong. So they sent me to the emergency room and they told me, you have anxiety. And I'm like, what? Anxiety? What the hell's that? I thought I was having a heart attack, dude. Like my heart was pumping. I felt like I couldn't breathe. And they told me that it could be possible asthma, this and that. But